Okay, so I have a question, and if you can answer this question, please leave your answer in the comment box below. Like, I want to start discussion. I want to talk about it. I'm open to new perspectives, and whatever you got, like, let's hear it. Let's talk. Here's the video I posted on TikTok. So a lot of people are telling me that I need to read the Bible. How about we go through it together so y'all can help me understand? Okay, so page 1, chapter 1, let's go. In the beginning, on day 1, God said, let there be light. And he called the light day and the darkness night. And on days 2 and 3, God did some other stuff. But on both days, there was day and there was night. But the thing is, God didn't create the sun, moon, and stars until day 4. So where was the light coming from on the first 3 days? For those of you who did not read it, I will read it for you, just so we can have clarification on exactly what it says. Genesis chapter 1, verse 3 says, and God said, let there be light, and there was light. God saw that the light was good, and he separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And that was the first day. On days 2 and 3, the same thing happened. Like, there was light and there was darkness. So, my question, if there was light and darkness on the first 3 days, where was the light coming from? Because the sun, moon, and stars weren't created until day 4. A lot of the comments I got said that God is the light. If God is really the light, then we have to admit that he is the darkness too. Because on those 3 days, there was light and darkness. Like, he just had to be both. If God is the light, then what was the need for the creation of the sun, moon, and stars? Being that he's omnipotent, omniscient, like he knows all, he can be in he can be in every place at once. Like he can multitask really well. So there was no need for that. Another really popular comment I got was that it's not meant to be taken literal. And I agree with this comment. Like that's my point. That's what I'm trying to say. The Bible is not meant to be taken literal. I believe there are some really good stories in the Bible that present really valuable lessons that you can take and, learn from and live your life by. But I do not believe these stories are to be taken literal. I don't believe any of this stuff really actually happened. I just don't believe it. If we're going to say that this part isn't to be taken literally, then we can't take any of the Bible literally then, because you can't pick and choose which parts are to be taken literally and which parts aren't to be taken literally. Like, how do you do that? Who told you that this wasn't literal and this was? Where is the formula sheet for that? Because how would we know? If God wrote this book, and what part of it did he put take this verse literally, but not this one? If that part can't be taken literally, then neither can Adam and Eve, neither can Noah, neither can Moses, and neither can Jesus. The third really popular comment that I'm getting is that I'm taking it out of context, or that I don't understand it. And my problem with this is the people that are commenting that aren't explaining it to me. They aren't putting it into context for me. Don't belittle me, educate me, tell me if you know. These were some really interesting points that I came across, and they caught my attention because I agree with them. I believe that it was referring to thought, consciousness, awareness. Think about it. Everything that you do begins with a thought. You have to think about it first. And as above, so below. As within, so without. My purpose for doing this is not to bash Christianity. Even though I don't like the religion, I'll be honest. But it's to get people to open their minds. It's to get people to start thinking. It's to get people to start questioning the things that have been passed down to us without question. This doctrine alters your mindset. I hear a lot of people say like it doesn't have to make sense, you just have to have faith. But even in the Bible it says my people perish for lack of knowledge. If a stranger walks up to you on the street and tells you something that makes sense, like it doesn't even have to be a stranger, it could be your friend or it could be a family member. If they walk up to you and tell you something that does not make sense, you're gonna know they're lying. Like you're gonna know you're not gonna believe them. You're not gonna sit there and say, I just need to trust it even though it doesn't make sense. Like that's not natural. And I'm so passionate about it because it's the mindset that makes all of the difference. Like changing your mind could literally change your life. Your mindset is a direct correlation to the quality of your life. When you open your mind to new things, it leads to expansion, it leads to growth, and those things carry over into your physical reality. But if you stay stuck in one mindset, if you aren't open to different perceptions, if you aren't exposed to more things, then how do you grow? How does progression happen? How does change happen? So that's my purpose for doing this, you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. I thank you all for engaging with me. Here are a few of the comments that I just love or just stood out to me. I appreciate all of the comments, really, y'all. Y'all don't know how much it really means to me. And I love you all.